Hey everybody, so I signed up for a 1 week long digital painting portrait class called 1 Week Portrait by Paintable. Saw it on YouTube and I signed up because I don't have anything better to do, so why not? So the first day was Monday, so it was yesterday, and the first step it was called geometric sketching or sketching efficiently. So right off the bat, I noticed that quote unquote efficient sketching or geometric sketching is not pretty. It is gonna look ugly. In fact, it's probably better that it looks ugly because then you won't feel so bad for covering it up with paint later. But it's not serving to look nice. It's only serving to block out where you're gonna paint and where you're gonna put the shapes. So it's not gonna look cute. And to be honest, I struggled with it quite a bit because it is pretty different from how I was taught to sketch out portraits. But I'm really glad that I'm learning to do it this way because this is a much better way to get the proportions right. Growing up in my art class, my art teacher would just eyeball the proportions. And she didn't block stuff out quite as roughly first, like in this course. For her, she would just start out with the more detailed shapes, which I'm kind of slipping into here. It was really difficult for me to just stick to very basic shapes because I was taught for 12 years to start with the more like organic, smooth, rounded, complex shapes. But in this course, he wants us to start out with the most basic that we can. So I'm really trying my best here because I really like the theory behind it. So I'm really trying hard to get it right. Also, I kind of regret choosing this reference picture because it's not just her face. It includes like her hands. So I struggled with the hands a lot. Kind of wish I hadn't chosen one with hands in it. But hey, I'm not starting over because I spent like over an hour on this sketch, so we're going to chug right along. It's whatever. I mean, I should be able to handle some hands. It's not like this is my first portrait, but I do want to sharpen my skills doing portraits digitally. Right here, I'm using the line tool to make sure that everything is lining up correctly. The man suggested making your canvas the exact same size as the reference tool, which I think is a great idea. And he also talks about something that I really like talking about too. He's talking about sketching the negative space around the subject. Sketching the negative space is a really good way to get your proportions spot on. See, this sketch looks so ugly. This like doesn't look like her, but it's accurate though for where we're gonna put everything. It's pretty accurate, I should say. So the guy basically did 3 layers of sketch. He did the most basic, most geometric shapes sketch first. Then he did one that was a little bit more detailed, and then he did the final one, which was a bit more detailed and more fine. My process wasn't quite as organized, but he's a pro, so that's fine. I really wanted to choose a man as a reference picture because I always draw and paint women, but like at the same time, though, I really wanted to get in some practice on hair, and so I ended up choosing a woman so that I could have the opportunity to paint hair, long hair, I should say. This method here that he did, I really liked, and I had never thought of. He goes and he traces over the reference picture so that you can compare. It really helps your eyes compare what's accurate about your painting. So that's what I'm doing right here. It really helped me see. It's really hard for me to make the eyes asymmetrical. Everyone's eyes are naturally asymmetrical, and my brain is just like, no, they have to be the same. Yeah, this is butt ugly. I don't want to post this, but it's part of the process. The thing about that's always true for portraits, though. Always, always, always. Well, most paintings, but especially portraits. Portraits don't start to look good until like the very end. They look ugly all the way through. My art teacher always used to say, never judge a piece of art until it's finished. She was right. I struggled a lot with her hands and with her overalls. Because they're weirdly placed. It was hard to get them positioned right. I never did really end up getting the hands positioned exactly right. I just got them pretty close and then said that was good enough. Her freaking hand. It's in such a difficult position. Like, you can see that her left arm is higher in the left picture than in my sketch. But I was just like, whatever. Like, whatever, dude. We're leaving it. Her hair was difficult too, because her hair's a freaking mess. I don't know if that's gonna look cool in my final product. Alright, that's it for day 1. We'll see y'all tomorrow for the day 2 process. Bye!